Welcome to another lesson of Microsoft Excel for accounting. So how does Microsoft Excel help you in accounting? Well, as we know that this is a statistical based or business software where you can use a lot of stuffs and do a lot of works. So accounting is one of the perfect software, or accounting is one of the most important thing to be used in Microsoft Excel. So let's start off by using some of the functions or the formulas which you can use in Microsoft Excel. So first off, what we're going to learn about is the aggregate function. So what aggregate function does is just ignores all of the errors in your array or the range. So what I'm going to do first is type in equal aggregate, and then what I'm going to do is you can select whichever type of formula you want. Let's say I want sum. Now I'm going to select sum. I'm going to put a comma. You will see that there are some options over here. Now if you want to use ignore whatever you want, let's say ignore error values, and I'm going to put a comma again, and now I'm going to do is select the array. So if you want to select the array, what I'm going to do is shift control shift and down. So it's going to select the row or the data. Now I'm going to do is close the parentheses, hit enter, and it's going to show you the data. Now if I want to do something over here, let's say 0, it's still gonna ignore this, but instead what we have here, it's let's say equal this one divided by this one, deviation 0. But what I'm gonna do is type in equal this one divided by 0. Still the result is still gonna be the same because it's still ignoring the deviation 0 and still giving you the result. Okay, you can also do a lot of stuffs. Let's say I want to change the option. Okay, if I want to change the option, just click on it. I'm gonna cut it, and then let's say you want to hidden rows. Okay, now I want to select hidden rows, and I want to change it from here. Okay, so it's still gonna ignore all of those errors and references, but still gonna give you the result and ignoring all of the errors in Microsoft Excel. So you don't have to worry about any of those errors or any of those pop-ups popping up in front of you that's saying that the formula is not correct, or any of the errors which you see in Microsoft Excel. Next, what we're going to show you is about the round option. Let's say this is the sum. Now what I'm do is give some percentage. Let's say 12%. Okay, let's say 12% is quite okay. Now I want to find out my salary. So what I'm going to do is type in equal, then what we do is select the cell and then multiply it, opening the parentheses, 1 plus and then 12%, close the parentheses, enter. Send this is the salary amount of me. Let's say it's just my salary, but what I'm going to do is add in the round function. So I'm going to do is type in equal round, and then here what I will do is change something. Okay, so if I want to change something, what we do here is comma this, and then let's say I want 2-digit. So what I'm going to do is close the parentheses again, hit enter, and this is the 2-digit round. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it, and you don't have to worry about it being 1 digit. Okay, so this is how your round function works in Microsoft Excel, and this is really important in accounting. Now let's say I want a whole number. If you want a whole number, what we're gonna do is lock in those cells. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just lock in these cells, press F4 here, F4 too. So this is the whole function in Microsoft Excel, or the whole digit or the whole number, how you're gonna get the round function working in your salary. Okay, and if you want to change it to 0, let's say I want to cut it, and then let's do 0, and it will just still show you how it works and how the round function works in Microsoft Excel for accounting. And when you use the fill header, you will be able to find out however your salary is. And if you want to use this, let's say data bars, you will be able to use the formattings too. Now what we're gonna do is EO month. So EO month is end of month, or you can also do the end of next month. Let's say these are the years. Okay, now I'm gonna do is 1 slash not 24 2 and then okay, 30,000. Now I'm gonna use this. Well, this is it. So this is how it's gonna work. Now what I'm gonna do is, let's say, short date this. Now what I'm gonna do is short date it. What we're gonna do is go here, and then we can just select on whichever type we want. Short date, as it is already in short date. If you want long date, it's still gonna show you however it is. You can use the fill header and use the data. But instead, what I want to do is, let's say, EO month. We're gonna use the formula of EO month. So type in equal EO month. Now EO month, now it's gonna be the start date. Okay, so if you want to start the date, what we have here is, let's say, this month. Okay, start date is this one, and then select the months. Now I'm gonna add in the months, which is gonna be, let's say, 4. Close the parentheses, hit enter, and this is how it is. We're gonna change it to a short date, so this is how it's gonna look like. Okay, so this is 5 31 30 23. Okay, so this is how EO month works, and you can also find in EO month of the other one. Let's say equal EO month, and we're gonna add in the start date, let's say this one, comma, and then add in the months, let's say 2. Close the parentheses, hit enter, and change it to a short date. So this is how it's gonna look like in Microsoft Excel, and how EO month works in Microsoft Excel for accounting. So these are like really important in Microsoft Excel. Next, what we're gonna show you is the EDate. Well, EDate is also really important and a lot similar to the date functions in Microsoft Excel. So let's say 14 months, or let's say 17 months from this date. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, let's type in equal EDate. Let's say let's change it, comma this, let's cut it, and then let's change it to 2023 instead of 3023. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is type in equal, and then EDate, and then start date. Let's select this, comma, and then we're gonna add in the months by minusing. Okay, let's say minus 14. Close the parentheses, hit enter. So this is how it's gonna be like. We're gonna change it to short date, and this is how it's gonna look like, minus 14 months. You can also add in the months by removing the minus. Okay, now I'm gonna do the minus or the plus now. So what we're gonna do is type in EDate, and then the starting month will be this one, comma, let's say 14 again. It's gonna add in the months, and we're gonna change it to short date or long date, however you want it to be like, and it will just add up the data. Okay, so this is how EDate works in Microsoft Excel, so you don't have to worry about it like again and doing like applying or summing up all of those data and finding out the date. Okay, now what I'm going to show you is the function called workday function. Well, this is really important in business sectors of, let's say you want a presence of someone. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's use these as reference and then make it or change it to over here. Let's do this, control plus X this again. Okay, I'm gonna like keep it in a way so that you will understand. Okay, let's use these 4 of these. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is, let's say find, or let's use the function of workday. Okay, now I'm gonna do is, let's say equal. Okay, let's exclude the weekends, and I'm gonna do is work days. Okay, my bad, workday, and then the starting date. So it's gonna be the starting date, this one, 20. Okay, or whatever it is, let's say comma, and the days. Okay, so what we're gonna do is let's use international ones. Okay, because this is more of important and which is more useful. Okay, so I'm gonna do is, let's say international, and then the starting date is gonna be 11. Okay, let's type in 11, comma, and the days. Okay, days in a week, 7, and then comma again, and we're gonna exclude those. Okay, weekends should be Sunday and Monday, 2 days. Well, that will be it, comma again, and then add the holidays. Okay, if you want to add in the holidays, you can just type in or just close the parentheses, hit enter, and it's going to show you 20 in a week. So 20 days a person is going to be working, and other days are like 10 days are going to be let's say those are going to be weekends, so that is a holiday. Okay, so like this is really important in work or business sectors or even offices, so this is like really important. Next, what I'm going to show you is the 3D formula, which is really important, and it might be a bit complex, but this is used a lot often. So what I'm going to do here is type in equal, let's say sum. Okay, let's say sum. I'm going to sum these. Okay, I'm going to do is sum this. Okay, so I'm going to do is click on this one, or the amount. Let's say you can also change or use the data from other ones. Now if I want to select this one, that is also doable, so you don't have to worry about it because sum works in all of those ways. Now what I'm going to do is do some other things, which is going to be adding in some data. So what I'm going to do is type in equal. Instead of selecting those, what I'm going to do is type in COGS. So how are you going to do that? So the first seed, so you can add in from here, but you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so I'm gonna skip that, but instead I'm just gonna let's say if you want to use this, just type in the name, but I don't want to do that, so I'm gonna do is just selecting the cells from here. Okay, so after selecting the cells from there, you can also use the data from other ones by typing in the name of the sheet and then adding in the data. So that will also be doable in Microsoft Excel, and you don't have to worry anything about it. Now what we're going to learn about is the last ones, which is going to be the sum if, average if, and count if. So sum if is going to work like this. Let's say equal sum if, and then we're going to select the range. Let's say this one, this is the range. Now I'm going to do is type in the criteria. So what is the criteria? Let's say this is the criteria. Now I'm going to put a comma again, then the sum range. Okay, this is going to be the sum range. Close the parentheses, hit enter, and this is going to be 0 because there is no sum if and there is a deviation 0 in between them. But I'm going to cut it. Let's add in some data. Well, that will be it, and hit enter. This is still gonna be 0 because you don't find it didn't find any of the data according to the formulas. Okay, so I'm gonna type in another one, or you can use is like let's say this one, and this one, and this one, also this one, equal. Well, you didn't find any of those, so you don't have to worry. But if you select these ones, and if you have a lot of data, so you will be able to select those data and find out the sum if of a selected cell or the selected data which you're selecting. Okay, so well, these are really important, but you can also use an if function. Okay, so if function is gonna find out some data for you. Let's say if, and the logical test. Okay, let's say the logical test be this one. Now if I put in a comma, value if true. Okay, value if true, this one, yes it is. Value if false. Okay, this one, close the parentheses, hit enter, and this is gonna be the result because the value is true, but if it's false, it will be 0 or something else. So this is how all of these functions work for Excel in accounting. So hope you guys understood everything, and thank you for watching this video.